Welcome back to our show. Ngayon, Philip, sabi mo na nagtatrabaho ka sa psychology department ng UP, no? So, you have a wellness center, sabi mo?
Opo, meron na po ngayong wellness center dun sa school. Tapos meron na rin pong tinatawag na psych-serve. So, usually these are parang centers who caters for dun sa mga students who have difficulties in coping with their studies, kung may family problems, and kung even diagnose sila ng depression. So, sana
ano ang mga what are the symptoms ba na alam nyo na depression
usually po, you have to look at two things how yung intensity po nung behavior nung tao, at pangalawa kung gaano na siya katagal, o yung tinatawag na duration.
Na ano?
Duration po. Duration of the behavior.
Yun.
Opo. So before kasi ma-diagnose ng major depression, for example, you have to look at 2 weeks to a month, pwede na siya ma-diagnose as someone who has major depression already. So ano ba yung mga simptomas na to? Halimbawa, nawalan po ng pleasure doon sa mga dating bagay na na-enjoy naman niyang gawin.
Wala na siyang
hindi na
interest
siya nakakain ng mabuti, hindi nakakatulog ng mabuti. There's extreme sadness, crying spells. Yung sabihin, iiyak na lang siya.
Wala siya nang iyak.
Oo, tapos parang may isolation siya.
He withdraws from people.
Tapos, syempre, pwede po yung magkaroon ng suicidal,
tendencies.
Suicidal tendencies, thinking, attempt, yung mga ganon.
But is it always triggered by an incident?
Could be.
Like, for example, na broken heart.
Pwede po. So, sa clinic po namin ngayon, marami pong influx na ganon, no? Yung mga college students po na nade-depress because of love life.
Yung parang na-reject sila.
Opo, na-reject sila.
How about grades?
Meron din po,
Meron din?
no? Especially those who are perfectionists.
Gusto nilang maging honor student, tapos hindi nila makaya, no?
So may, po kasi, may trigger po siya sa environment.
Sa environment din.
Tapos syempre yung mga expectations ng families, yung mga ganon. Tapos meron din pong part yung genes, no? Yung genetic.
Meron din. Kasi yung
there would be people, for example, who seem to be more inclined to be depressed. Sabi nga po nung isang theory, si Sonia Lumbimirski, sabi niya yung happiness daw, pwede mo siyang, yung happiness po pwede siyang explain in 3 things. So 50% genetic siya. Sabi niya yung happiness, 50% genetic. 10% are circumstances. Tapos 40% sabi niya sa choice.
What is your, kung
pero ang sa akin po doon, parang pwede naman siyang mabago, no? So, yung biological function po kasi, kaya kailangan ko minsan ng medication, no? Kasi yung kailangan ma-stabilize po yung biology o yung...
Kasi kung minsan it's chemical imbalance.
Yes po, chemical imbalances. So, kailangan po ma-stabilize yun para mas magkaroon ng chance po yung psychotherapy to work o yung counseling po.
So, ikaw nagka-counsel ka?
Opo.
So, have there been mga talagang natuluyan or something na kayo
Meron po.
experience?
There are instances, for example, that I need to be in a ER, hospital, and I have to talk to the parents. And sometimes this happens in the middle of the night or sometimes madaling araw. So the parents would call me.
At least hindi siya natuluyan pa.
Yung iba po meron.
Ito, napa-hospital pa.
Opo, nasa hospital.
So,
po.
anong ginagawa mo pag gano'n
So, para may debriefing po ng family to make sense of it. Ganun po.
Pero doon mismo sa nag-commit ng suicide, now, how do
pag ganun po, minsan I
to
recommend them na sa psychiatric ward, for example, kaya kailangan na maging inpatient. Kasi po, yun nga, usually po sa clinic namin, mga outpatient po yung mga
lahat na yun,
mga pumupunta doon. So, ibig sabihin, outpatient po yung hindi kailangang ma-admit. So, again po, titingnan po kung gaano po yung, importante po kasi pagdating sa suicide, tingnan yung level ng lethality o gaano na po siya kapanganib. So, kung mapanganib na po, yung tipong every minute, every hour, iniisip niyang magpakamatay, there's a definite plan, kailangan hindi yan iwan Oo, hindi yan dapat iwan. Kasi, someone who really wants to die, kahit na ano pang means yan,
he will really take that means.
They can do it. I remember even a story, for example, a person who, from ganito sa urban poor ata na na community. Maliit lang po yung CR nila. Parang you can sit, tapos parang maliit lang. But then what he did when he hanged himself was yung he stretched his feet like this para lang talaga yung leeg
Mabigti
niya.
siya. That means to say, if he had straightened his feet,
Hindi naman.
hindi siya pwede maghang.
Oo.
So, ang ginawa niya, ginano niya yung paa niya. So, talagang
If
prosigido
there's
siya.
there's really that intention Oo. So, kailangan po talaga, hindi sila iwan, saka dapat may guide talaga. Sometimes the family should be the one to decide for the person. You can't let the person who is suicidal to decide for themselves.
Talaga?
Yes.
That much.
Kasi po usually, parang yung paniniwala nila is, ayoko naman sabihing selfish, pero yung paniniwala kasi is hindi na siya, kasi po may sa literature ng psychology, we are looking at 4 things, no?
Okay.
Para po malaman na yung isang behavior is abnormal. So first, yung danger. Are you a danger to yourself and other people? So yun yung una. Pangalawa po, dysfunction. Ano yung level ng dysfunction? Ibig sabihin, yung mga responsibility mo ba nagagawa mo pa?
Or hindi
Kung
na.
hindi na, maaaring mayroon kang mental illness na
And
or
to the
disorder.
extent, kung talagang
Yes po.
wala ka nang magawa
Yes po.
na ginagawa.
Tapos pangatlo, yung level of distress. So,
What does that mean?
Distress po.
What? I mean,
Ibig sabihin nyo, again, parang related po siya sa dysfunction, no? Actually po pala, yung stress, positive naman siya Pero ang negative stress po is yung tinatawag na distress.
Distress.
Oo. So, yung parang, yung
Di
mga...
ba parang sadness yan? Distress?
Hindi
Parang,
naman...
Nababagabag ka.
Oo, nababagabag ka.
parang
so yung level
anxious
po,
ka, ganon,
saka po yung
anxiety.
level ng coping mo or yung level ng reaction mo sa mga bagay-bagay is hindi na, parang hindi mo na-regulate yung emotions. So yung distress. Tapos yung last po is deviance. Ibig sabihin, yung behavior mo ba, nandoon pa siya sa expected behavior.
Or wala na doon.
Opo. So
Nagwawala ka na, ibig sabihin.
So yung suicide, yung pagsi-suicide attempt, that's not part of the expected behavior for a person to be a healthy individual. So that makes, so kung meron na po usually yung 4 or 3 or 2 doon.
At talagang,
Yes po.
kaya dapat bantayan mo na yung tao. Di ba?
So kung halimbawa po, meron tayong mga kakilala na gano'n. Ang lagi po namin titingnan dyan, is there a level of loss doon sa tao?
What do you mean level of loss?
Kung meron po ba siyang mga loss sa buhay niya? Loss of a job,
namatay
loss of a business,
namatay
yes.
yung
May pinagdaanan
girlfriend niya
Yes.
or something.
Importante po laging tignan yung context. So if you have, for example, a friend who lost a loved one, who bumagsak sa ganito, you should really ask them directly. Huwag po tayong matakot na tanungin yung tao, but it's always how you say it. Are you suicidal? It's okay to ask them directly.
Will that not put it in their mind?
Huwag na po tayo magpaligoy-ligoy.
Ganun talaga,
Why?
Why?
Kasi yun pong yung pong pagtatanong directly is a level of care.
Ganun.
Pag sinabi po ng tao na hindi naman, grabe ka naman, you can actually say, I'm asking, kasi people who lost something,
Or somebody.
might think that way na gusto ko nang mamatay, gusto ko nang
I
i-end
hope
yung
hindi
buhay
ka
ko.
ganyan.
Saka pwede mong sabihin na tinatanong ko to kasi I care for you. And so if ever there would be a time na naisip mo, please remember that you can call me, you can text me.
So bibigyan mo siya ng parang solution
Yes.
na hindi
Opo.
siya
or
alone in the
opportunity,
world.
an invitation that the person is not alone. Ngayon, kung tinanong mo, suicidal ka ba? Or naisip mo ba na ganito? Pag sabi bang yes,
Ay, naku,
then doon na po mas laliman yung processing mo.
Paano yung lalim ng process?
Ibig sabihin,
kasi
may plano ka na ba?
Oo.
May naisip ka na ba? Kailan?
Ay baka sasabihin niya, bumili na nga ako ng ganito, ganyan, di ba? Oo.
Importante po doon, pag ganun na, you stay with the present. Do not talk about the past. Do not talk about the future.
Just the present.
Yes, the present. Kasi the presence is something can be changed. The past is something
But
that
since
cannot be changed.
Kung halimbawa ako, I am not a psychologist, so can I recommend that she
Yes
goes?
po.
O dalhin ko siya mismo, no?
Pwede po. Mas maganda po yun. Nasamahan niyo po yung tao.
Kung gusto niya. Kung ayaw niya.
Kung ayaw po niya at sa tingin niyo po talaga igagawin niya, wag niyo na pong isipin na kung ayaw niya or hindi.
Okay.
Dapat you have to be the one to decide for the person.
Talaga? Kung nandun siya, do you think that even if he did not want it, pag nandyan na yung psychologist, he would talk or he would react?
May mga ganyan na po kami instances. I even had a colleague before who becomes suicidal. Tapos parang we went to her sa bahay nila.
Pinuntahan niyo na talaga?
Pinuntahan po talaga. She got mad at us, no?
At first.
At first.
Ano sabi sa inyo?
But then we didn't care. Parang we didn't care. Parang we did it because we love you and we care for you. So ando naniniwala na yung level of yung level ng galit nila later or magwi-wane yun or mawawala.
Kasi nakita niya na mahal siya.
Yes po. So, we shouldn't let them
So, in
decide.
this case, anong nangyari?
Anong nangyari? Nagalit siya for a while. She isolated herself.
But you kept on going.
Yes.
Well, better an angry friend than a dead friend, right?
Yes.
Oo.
But after a few months, she's okay now.
Okay, tama.
And then she
Now,
even
she's
told
grateful
us,
pa siguro na
she's even told us
mabuti
na,
naman, di niyo
thank you
ako-
for not giving up on me.
Kita mo.
Even if I tried to isolate myself from you.
That's
So yung pala, no, you try to prevent yung isolation niya by getting her friends to go with her, ganyan-ganyan. Ano?
Ako, sister, I have, kasi syempre at risk ako, no?
Eh, saka ikaw dapat ka talaga magpatingin.
At risk kami,
Kasi-
no? Alam po ng mga friends ko that if I do not speak up, pag wala silang naririnig sa akin, wala akong Facebook post, di ako nagpaparamdam, di ako nag-text. 3 days, kinukumusta na nila ako. 5 days, pupuntahan na nila
Pupuntahan ka
ako.
na.
Trained na po sila lahat. Tapos natutunan ko na kapag may, alimbawa ako, may pinagdadaanan or I know somebody na may depression or pwedeng may serious na issues, hindi po ako psychologist, alam ko yon. And ang number 1 rule is seek a higher authority.
Oo, yung may nakakaalam.
Saka wala pong sikreto. Halimbawa, I always tell kids this na pag nadidepress
It's
ang
just between the two of
kaibigan
us,
ninyo
diba?
at sinabi na alam nyo, nadidepress ako, gusto ko na mamatay, huwag mong sasabihin. That is a secret that you will never keep.
Yes.
Ay naman,
yes.
oo.
You have to tell the
Kahit po
parents.
sa work namin, isa po yun sa mga, kasi may confidentiality po.
May confidentiality.
Yes,
na.
pero isa yun sa mga, pwede mong i-break yung confidence.
Oo, kasi life na to,
Yeah,
di ba?
it's a life-threatening situation.
Oo, siguro ang pari din, kung sinabihan siya, siguro she has
Dapat,
to do something about it.
Pag mo ganon, trained ba sila?
But I don't know. I mean to say siguro that is one, kasi meron silang seal of confession din. But I think they have to do something. I mean, kahit na hindi nila sabihin, basta dalhin nila siguro yung tao sa isang psychiatrist. Now, did you talk this over with your kids na you have this in your family, ganyan? So,
Actually po, yes.
Kasi
And my
yung mga
kids
anak
are
mo ngayon-
diagnosed and they have different levels of mental difficulty. One child is diagnosed with bipolar condition. The other one is clinical depression, and one is suffering from anxiety disorder right now.
really?
So
My
very,
God, ano ba yan?
very difficult.
You are really such an admirable single mother, ano? You have to cope with that pa.
2 years ago was very, very difficult. Halos sabay-sabay po sila lahat nagkaroon ng yung issues.
Ano ginawa mo?
I don't know how I survived. Pero po, I remember going home from the office, umiiyak na lang ako, hindi ko na alam gagawin. Plus the financial side of it and
Siyempre,
gastos.
no? Kasi yung sa bipolar, you have to give the medicine.
Their medication, I spent, siguro po, yung mga maintenance yan, you spend around 5,000 to 8,000 per patient plus yung monthly check-up 1,000 pesos. Pero hindi po yun ang mahirap pa yan yung sometimes you'll get a call in the middle of the night or magising ka sa umaga na may miss call ka pala sa anak mo, hindi mo nasagot and then
Kakabahan ka na.
nangyari? And then
nangyari
sasagot
sa
ka sa
anak
phone
mo?
na umiyak, nanay. I die every night that there's a call ng nanay and
Oh my
desperate call.
goodness,
Because you don't know, aabutan ko pang hindi maganda yung aabutan ko because they live in the dorm.
You don't live together?
We don't live together because the thing is, we tend to trigger each other's episodes.
You mean to say it's much better for you not to live together? Ganun ba yun?
Meron pong time na ganon that we tend to trigger each other's
Really? Oh
depression.
my goodness. Oh.
Ang hirap. Yung ako po as a nanay, syempre gusto ko sama-sama kaming mag-iina.
Oh.
But it has merong time na
Kailangan
na
maghiwalay
kailangan kasi po we pull each other down, I'm sure you understand. Pero po ngayon, nandito kami
But
sa
Sen, what I like about you is you are a very psychologically minded person, no?
kahit na hindi ka nag-major in psychology.
Masyadong expert na yata sa experience.
Pero
Na we're
importante po
trying
yun,
to
no?
live together again. We're in that process now na paano kaya. Hopefully makaraos kami dito. And then, nung medyo okay na sila last year, ako naman ang nagpunta sa doctor. Sabi ko, I need to have a consultation. Sabi ng doctor, what took you so long?
Talaga?
Sabi ko, kasi po, okay na sila. And I don't want to wait until hindi na naman sila okay, saka ako bibigay. While everyone's okay, now please diagnose me.
Okay.
And then, so, I was diagnosed with depression and very conservative lang yung intervention sa akin. Sabi ko, I need to be functional. I have to work. I have to earn a living. I have to look after my kids. Ayoko maging groggy at ibabagsak ako.
Kasi kung minsan, di ba, mga medicine dyan, nakakaantok. Di ba?
So I was given a
ganung
mood
side effects.
stabilizer, pero I'm bad. Tumigil na naman ako. I think I need to go back again because sometimes I still feel that yung
Nagging feeling.
yes, and it's a never-ending battle. It's a never-ending battle.
With anxiety ba ang nafe-feel mo?
No,
or what?
it's this sadness.
Sadness ba?
Sometimes you just don't want to, paano ko ba explain? Ano bang purpose ng buhay mo?
Yung ganun, parang meaninglessness.
Apo,
ganun. Bakit ako
what's
nagigising ng
next?
umaga?
I have a good job and then suddenly,
tingnan mo
in
to,
fact, may sabi po nung isang isang psychologist, sabi niya, depression is the inability to create the future. So may sabi siyang ganung definition Depression is the inability to create the future.
Parang wala kang future na nakikita.
the absence of feeling, the absence of
of anticipation for the future.
something that I notice, sister, is that I tend to absorb people's worries or issues of the
talaga?
country and the world more
Naku, di lalo kang nade-depress ngayon sa ating state
Hindi
of the
naman po.
country.
Yes, definitely. Kailangan ko lumaban, so marunong na. Pero po may ganon, di ba? Merong, ang napansin ko lang sa amin is we're like sponges.
Really? Oo.
Pag sinabihan, if I love you, you're my friend, and then you tell
Lahat
me
ng suffering niya
you're
pupunta
sorry,
sa'yo.
mas aabsorbin ko yan. Kaya kung sabay-sabay, it gets to be too
hirap.
overwhelming. So you have to learn the art of stepping back far, far, far away from everybody and take care of yourself.
Hindi ba sa
first.
inyo, hindi ba that's something also para, hindi ba may mga danger ng, anong tawag mo doon, yung
Compassion fatigue.
Oo. Di ba
Or
yung
burnout.
Oo. Or yung kung masyado kang involved doon sa
Yes
tinutulungan mo, parang hindi mo na rin matulungan, di ba? Kasi you're so emotionally involved in it.
So, saka ini-encourage po sa amin na magkaroon din ng personal therapy, no?
Yeah.
Pati kayo?
Yes po. So,
Oo nga, ano?
I also do my personal therapy.
Kailangan debriefing.
Sino, you have to go to somebody else?
Yes po.
Oo.
Oo.
Hindi kaya mag-isa ikaw.
Minsan kasi when you talk about your problems kasi with someone, with the friends or anyone, something is happening in you. Parang something is healing. Whatever that is. Kaya importante po talaga na pakinggan natin yung mga storya ng ibang tao or kahit tayo magkwento ng magkwento.
At saka it's important to have a friend or, well, in the old term noon sa akin, spiritual director.
Yes.
Although ngayon, it's not called director, it's spiritual companioning kasi nobody can direct you naman. But I find that okay kasi like me, I have a spiritual that I just rendered this morning. Kahit na wala akong kasalanan, kung minsan, hindi ko nga alam ko anong sasabihin ko. Pero if something happened, I just make kwento. Ito nangyari. Hindi ko naintindihan kung bakit ganito yan. And you're just telling it, parang nare-relieve ka na rin.
Tapos ang problema pa po sa state ng mental health natin sa Pilipinas, konting-konti po ang mental health practitioners natin.
Oo nga, diba?
Do you know po the ratio of psychiatrists, mental health practitioner is 1 is to 50,000.
Oh my God.
Parang hindi
One
siguro-
mental health practitioner is to 50,000.
Di ba ngayon, they want to have a mental health awareness. Meron ngayon yung magiging president namin, just attended a seminar for 3 days na they want to have a mental health awareness in school.
Yes, dapat po.
Diba?
Dapat po. Kasi sa amin po sa clinic, kasi we work with schools, sabi ko dyan, dapat magkaroon ng positive education framework ang mga schools. What is positive education framework? It's the skills of well-being and the skills of achievement. Usually po ang schools natin, nagfo-focus lang siya sa skills of achievement. How to yung, the academics and
grades,
all.
mga ganyan.
Pero we don't really teach kids
About well-being.
about well-being. And even po, alam niyo po the registered guidance counselors that we have here in the Philippines is just
yes.
around 4,300.
My gosh.
If the government is serious po sa 1:500 na ratio, we need 47,000 more
Oh, wow.
guidance counselors.
Oh my.
But
And we
ngayon, they
don't-
made it even harder kasi you have to have a license na ngayon, di ba?
And we don't have that. So yung very the psychiatrist that we have is just 1,000. The registered psychologists that we have is just around 9,000 or about 1,000 lang din.
At saka, di ba sa eskwelahan, that is that bullying, di ba?
Oh,
Yes
yes.
po.
Can that not,
That
lead
can
to suicide?
Oh yes,
Di ba?
definitely.
Oo. Teka, I'm very interested in that. So, ang pwedeng mangyari, pwede tayo magkaroon ng module na siguro in every unit, kasi meron kaming elementary, meron kaming junior high, meron kaming senior high, meron kaming college. So, sa every unit siguro, we'll have a certain module, tapos it will build on it.
Yes
Ganyan,
po.
ano. Dapat also meron ding subject, no? Na ibibigay sa... Kasi sabi mo, what are the... Like for example, just for the children to know what are the aspects of a well-being.
Yes po.
Well-being, no? And then that they should aspire to do that, no? And then what are the aspects of behavior that are ganito? Para they will avoid that or something, di ba?
True.
Ako, napakaganda na itong pinag-usapan natin kasi magkakaroon yata ng...
And sa iba pang schools, we encourage, marami namang mag-volunteer niyan, magsalita eh. So siguro for your mga viewers yun po, if they want to be involved in that sa community nila,
Di ba meron kong NGO about
well,
that?
the Natasha Goulburn Foundation
they
po, they
have,
can contact that. There's also Philippine Mental Health Association. They can contact them for resource speakers. Department of Psychology ng UP, they can always
They can
What is
find
that-
my colleagues
Teka,
there.
what is that bill, mental health bill na pinapasa lang ngayon sa Senate? I think by
Meron
Risa
po.
Ontiveros.
Pero, okay po yun. Kaya lang, some of the provisions are just generic. No?
But what is it law for what? With whom? I mean, does it law?
Does it include PhilHealth, mental health?
So what is it about this law?
Actually, hindi pa po namin masyado
Ano,
alam. We will
pinag-usapan po namin yan ng colleague namin. Parang sabi niya, they've been doing it already. So parang wala pa siyang masyadong add-ons doon sa kailangan.
Do they make mental health assistance accessible?
For everyone.
Does it
Unfortunately, wala pa
diminish the
masyadong provision.
stigma attached to mental health conditions?
What I can remember is wala pong ganong masyadong provision.
Kasi we have
magandang pag-usapan sa schools.
Di ba we have a subject on health? Pero physical health.
Yes.
Then why can we not have a subject on mental health, no? Which is much more important siguro.
Apo.
At
Diba?
hindi pa siya usually po kasama sa curriculum, sa academic curriculum.
Naku, let's talk about that more, ha?
Opo. Sister, isa sa mga kailangan ko i-raise is how loosely people use the word depression and then yung, ay, bipolar ka. You'll see it on Facebook. Sabihin, ay, bipolar kasi
Di ba,
yan eh.
you should not be able to say
Abroy
that.
kasi yan eh.
Hindi ba, dapat ikaw ang
So,
magsasabi kung
Yun nga po, sa mga viewers natin, wag po tayo mag-self-diagnose.
At saka wag tayong mag-judge sa people. Hindi
Yes.
naman tayo psychologist. How can we say
Bipolar is not a term that you use to make fun of people.
Oo. At saka you should not, you should even dare to diagnose people. Wala ka namang Oo.
Saka yun, pagtawag na abnoy, you make it talaga nakakatawa, nakakadiri ang mga tao suffering from mental
That
health
is so-
condition.
sa lack
Hindi
of
naman
respect.
natin nire-ridicule lang, may diabetes ka. Di ba? Hindi
Oo.
What's the difference between depression and may diabetes and hypertension?
But that is really the psychology of people, no? They tend to be more sympathetic with physical disease. But with mental, parang sa kanila, parang they can make fun of you pa. Di ba? Which is terrible. Diba?
So, importante po talaga maging sensitive tayo sa
Maging
sinasabi
sensitive.
na psychological minded.
But my dear people of God, our time is up. Sayang na sayang, no? But I think we can, siguro pag nakagawa na tayo ng module, we can later on, share it, no?
So we have so many ideas naman na share.
Oo. So thank you so much,
Thank you so
Zena
much,
at saka Philip, because I'm sure we have opened some people's minds to think about these things, because they should really think about these things.
Yes.
Especially about their children, ganun, no?
Do not wait. Do not be like us na mawawala yung mahal namin sa buhay until and then you decide that we have to take it seriously. I'm still not over the pain. It's been 30 years and I still miss my dad and I will never forget it and never lose that pain. If we can save other people's lives by talking about it,
by talking about it and really doing something about it if we find it among our friends, no?
Yes.
So again, thank you. Thank you also to our audience. I'm sure that you have learned a lot from this. So good night and God bless.